Hello everybody! Welcome to version 3.4.
So we will be showcasing off most major features, but we'll leave a few of the smaller things for you to discover. You know, it's always nice to find some of the features yourself. Like Minecraft, when Minecraft shows off all its features for updates, it doesn't show every little change they made, and that's where we went wrong last stream. We tried to show off every little thing, so we'll keep it to the big stuff this time. But yeah.
But yeah. So.
I don't really like this.
Eh.
This kind of looks dumb.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was better. Oops. Alright.
Also, wait, there's no lever for this door. Eh.
Oh, crap, I forgot to put a pressure plate, my bad. Yeah.
So yeah.
Thankfully, that wrench will do nicely.
Indeed. So welcome to our room. It's square. So, first off, I'm going to be showing off some of the things that Road cannot help me with showing off, those being the interface changes we've added. You might have already spotted a couple of them, and we've talked about them a little bit before, but this will be a demonstration of them. So, first off, one of the big things we've added to this update, a full-blown translation system. So, little icon right here, click that, and you can see we've got some nice translations here. I'll be showing off... Oh, please continue.
This isn't quite a port from Modern. There are some changes. For example, you can drop languages into a folder instead of having to introduce them through a texture pack. So you can add languages as you would like. And there's stuff like author credits as well.
I'll be showing off the Russian one Beervin's made, as it's the most one of the first ones, and it's really well put together. As you can see, it's all Russian. I don't understand a word of any of this, but it's there. So, Russian, we've got German, a bit of Spanish, and as time goes on and more people get involved with making stuff, we can have more and more. So, next off, as you saw me as I was going for the system, we add a new tooltip system. So, it shows off some things like, first off, color of the name is white for most normal stuff, like a wrench, sticks, cobblestone. But for higher tier items, it has different colors. So tier 1 items have green. Tier 2, kind of a nice cyan color. 3, pink, because that's an awesome color. And 4, that kind of gold color that's kind of like a legendary tier.
Yeah. So we're hoping that this kind of tooltip system helps newer players understand the the tiers in tools a bit better. And we've also made another change that will hopefully help players understand mining and tool tiers. I should probably stop walking around in a moment.
So next up, tooltips. As you can see, as I clicked over to the wrench, popped right up above the hotbar. Now there is an option that can be disabled for players that don't like that. We stole it from Modern, and we like to steal things from Modern that are done well. We don't steal things for no reason. However, we...
into beta.
Exactly. Next up, I'm going to show off some of the new video settings. So, options, video settings, and one fancy one I can show off, smooth tree lighting. Now, it's not really that visible here, so I'll go outside to show it off real quick. But as you can see, trees look kind of nice and smooth and modern-y. If you turn it back off, I can kind of show it off a bit better. Gist of it is basically there's shadows inside of the trees, so it's a little nicer shaded.
Yeah, we felt like some people might like the look of the new trees, but some people might like the beta look. So why not have both? You can turn it on or off.
The default state is off.
Yeah, because that is the beta look that most people like.
Alongside that, the held item tooltips are right below the smooth tree lighting, so that's how you can toggle on and off those tooltips. Next up, we've added accessibility settings. Now, this is a work in progress. We'll be adding more to this as time goes on. However, one thing we've added is block outlines. So, well, those are obviously in the game already, but invalid block outlines. So if you have a tool that can't break something, or you're hovering over something, it has a different outline. The default state is red, so it just shows you immediately, I can't break this. Very helpful.
Yeah.
But as we go over to different settings, you can kind of customize that. One thing we added was a rainbow one, because that's awesome looking.
Yeah,
But
yeah. The rainbow one is just for fun, but like we have different colors for colorblind accessibility.
we also have a
Or just
slider,
like them.
so you can actually turn up the opacity if it's harder to see, which should make it a little bit nicer. And obviously different colors, so in case someone's like red-green like colorblind, you can change it to a color that you can actually see.
That's a nice one.
So, alongside that, we've also had some, still showing off accessibility, distortion effects and FOV effects. Now, the FOV effects, you can't really see normally, but if I switch over to game mode one real quick, sprinting we add like, so the field of view kind of zooms in a bit as you run.
Yeah.
Now, if you turn that off, then that's not seen. So, that can help like a bit of wooziness some people might have.
Yeah,
Just
motion sickness. We named it FOV effects and distortion effects rather than naming it after anything specifically creative mode. So in the future, it's like future-proof if there's anything else that ends up changing the FOV.
Now the distortion effects, so if you go up to the nether portal, you see the screen gets all like wobbly and woozy and messes around. However, you turn this down to 0, or however you want to set it, it's just static, which is a lot nicer.
Yeah, so if you have motion sickness or just don't like the effect, you can turn that off.
Next up, I'll be showing off the achievement system. So this is one of the other things we've overhauled.
So, like, you don't need to get a wooden pickaxe to getting an upgrade.
If I make a pickaxe, you'll see I getting an upgrade, so even though I don't have time to mine yet. There should be less issues of you just having no achievements because you haven't like crafted a crafting table yet or something like that.
Yeah. So, if you somehow get a cake before everything else, congratulations, you earned the lie. You don't have to have every achievement for it.
Right. And with that, we are done with the UI section. Let's go off to the right with the stuff that we haven't spoiled yet. So here, we can show off some things like chainmail. Something you can just find in dungeons and stuff. Can't craft it yet. We might add something in the future, who knows. But that's not the thing. We've made it so that if you actually take it in a brick oven, you can just put it in there, melt it down, and
this happens regardless of durability.
Yeah.
By the way, so it can be fully depleted, and as long as it's not broken, you get this.
Steel. Fantastic. Great, useful, steel is great. We've also added music discs, such as a lot of all the modern ones, as well as Pegstep. Let's go over to our section where we have spoiled some stuff already. And there's a minecart chest here. Now, we do have some magnet ore over here, which is a completely useless item until now, where finally can open it.
Yeah, I gotta jump to open it. So I'm gonna take my 2 sticks and 3 magnets as well, since I got some for me. Oops, I put the stick on the wrong side.
We have added magnet tools to the game.
But
which
these...
seems irrelevant. Like, do we really need another tier set? Like, we have 50 of them. However,
yeah, we were talking about how much we had before in the NFC chat, so we promise this is useful to you.
So, let's mine some diamond. What is that? Oh, the diamond ore is popped in my inventory. It is 2 things. A, it is a silk touch tool. So, you can just mine any block in the game that it's able to mine, and just have it pop right into your inventory. And you can determine that, of course, by if it's lit up properly. Same thing goes for osmium. And the second thing is, if I could stand far away from this, you'll notice it just pops straight in my inventory. The magnet tool
I'm gonna
also
try to steal your stone. I don't want you to have this stone.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It literally immediately goes
Damn it,
into
I
your
can't
inventory.
steal any of your stone.
It immediately pops into your inventory, so you can be mining stuff over like a lava pit or something, and have no risk of it falling into lava. Another thing is we have changed the spawn rate of osmium so that it's actually able to be found.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. You're not going to find this in between your couch cushions. Like, you're not just going to be able to find into a cave. It's not going to be made of osmium like in 1.8.6. I'm having flashbacks. But it used to be a 1 in 100 chance to replace diamond ore But now instead, diamond ore is independent from osmium. Instead, it's roughly twice or 4 times as rare. I don't remember exactly how much, but it is still really rare. So, but actually, you know, reasonable to find. Like, people can find diamonds, people cannot find osmium, but hopefully that will fix this issue.
Like I, for instance, an NFC developer, have never found osmium naturally generated.
Yeah, and we feel like as long as we keep it a few times as rare as diamonds, the rarest vein, it'll still be worth having it'll still be balanced having a tool with as much durability and power as it does, while keeping it more accessible. So hopefully, like, you won't mine for years and never find any.
Bingo. Next up, the nether room. We've walked by several times. Now,
Yeah,
we have added a new ore, nether gold. It's nether gold. You mine it, it drops itself, and you cook it in a stove to...
Gold, we felt made sense in the nether. Pigmen have it. I'm going to get attacked. Pigmen have it. Some nether structures have it, especially nether dungeons. Yeah, see?
So, and then we have some onyx over here. Which, if I could... Which...
Wait.
I lied.
Green?
Nope. It's nether uraninite. Uranium. We added this because uranium feels like it makes sense for a hellish dimension. And B, a thing we noticed right as we did it, this texture looks so similar to onyx that it is partially intended to work as a fool's onyx. So if you were looking around for veins and see this, you probably will think, oh, I found some onyx. You probably did not.
Yeah.
These can both just be smelted straight into their respective ores, which are the same as the overworld variants. Next up, one thing we've walked past. Now, you've been able to set signs as like different colors using server commands for a while, but now we can actually set them using just dye.
So here, pick that up.
Just throw some dye right in a sign, and it'll dye it to whatever you want. Let's move into this section.
Whoops. So we have this dark room here because we didn't want mobs to spawn in it, so we kind of blocked it off and had slabs here. But as you can see, this light isn't quite passing through this glass here. So this is another thing that we felt was really good for beta and would bring in a lot of ideas. This is tinted glass. If you've seen any of the new snapshots, you know exactly what this is. So, but this also brings me to another new feature. So as you can see, I'm throwing this item on the ground here. You can't see what it is because it's absolute darkness in here. But if I throw it on a torch, you can see it. So if I get any block that emits light, specifically blocks, not like glowstone dust, but like if I get a block, you can see this is visible in my hand even though it's completely dark. So there's no dynamic lighting, but like I feel like this would be useful in a cave if you have your torches on you and you die, and then you go to find your pile of stuff in complete darkness. You'll be able to see that there are in the pile of items there's torches.
Exactly. And one final thing, you can see right here we have this glowstone completely enclosed, and the area is just completely dark around. But we break one of the blocks, and light leaks through. Because it's tinted glass. Just doesn't let any light through, but you can see through it, which is nice.
If I do this,
no light gets in.
I'm invisible. I like forgot which way I was facing for a little bit.
That leads us about to the end of this. So finally, there's some. Well,
Wait, what just happened?
The room's very red, and the blood moon rises.
Ooh, look, the moon kind of looks cool, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, look at that.
So yeah, we have decided to bring back some of the terror from the alpha days. So, as you may know, if you've played Minecraft for a really long time, the thought of having to stay inside because it was kind of tough to fight all the enemies outside and you couldn't skip the night made that version a bit more challenging. We've brought that back. You cannot sleep during the blood moon, if you'd like to go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. And some mobs will be replaced with their nether versions of themselves. For example, a spider can sometimes spawn as the fire version. Sometimes skeletons might shoot arrows that are on fire. And sometimes zombies may spawn as angry zombie pigmen. God damn it.
Over here we can see some of the fire
Modern a little too
spiders. And
Yes.
the fire creeper. For some reason there's some normal creepers over here as well. We're not sure why. But just expect most of the things that are spawning in will be their nether variants.
Yes.
There's no nether variant of skeletons because we're not modern. There's no such thing as the wither.
Okay, and the last thing you want to show off, I want to show off, so you probably like saw this earlier. We added a few blocks for creative mode. One is the barrier, because it just makes sense, but we also have the support and light source. So the light source, invisible light source, self-explanatory, but the support block, this has all the properties of a barrier, but it has no, like, collisions. You can pass right through it, but you can still place blocks on top of it that otherwise need support. So if you want to have a floating sign in your server and you don't want to, like, mess with World Edit or plugins, you can just do this. And then look at that.
And finally we've had some light sources, which are exactly what they say. They're light sources.
And you can hold each respective block to see where it is. Can you turn off the blood moon? If you're in peaceful mode, it will not appear. But in the future, when we do the Forge merge, we do want to make the mod a little bit more configurable, and that will be one thing we will do.
I have forgotten what the command is to turn off the blood moon.
It's /special moon. By the way, server operators can toggle it on and off. Apparently the command is... Oh wait, no. You toggled it right as I did. My bad. I thought the command was broken for a second there. But yeah, /special moon will turn the blood moon off and on.
Also,
And in fact, you might have noticed the moon hasn't moved at all during any of this. So if I go time, day, sun isn't moving at all. So we also added an option for locking the time.
I'll be showing those off now. If I disconnect and go to a new world in creative mode, that'll give you access to a bunch of different commands. So these aren't available on the server as we haven't quite synced that up yet. But there's a creative options tab, which has existed for a while, but there's some new options there, such as you can toggle between game modes.
Yeah.
You can lock the time in place, force the blood moon, and also turn on just pretty much whatever you want.
Yeah, so the menu isn't available on the server because everything is available through commands. However, in the future we might be able to make the menu work on the server side for convenience sake, since it's pretty convenient to have everything accessible through buttons rather than like typing a command.
Hey, Road, murder me.
Okay. I didn't like you anyways.
See right there, I just dropped an item. The bismuth apple.
Yes, so some of the NFC developers, such as Logan, myself, and the original Minecraft developer Notch, had special items they dropped when they died. Notch had an apple, I have a cookie, Zauja added cheese for himself, and Logan likes rainbows, so I decided to add the bismuth apple for him. So he drops that whenever he dies on 3.4.0 and forward. Note, I do not condone the murder of foxes.